fun for our guys to get a win at home on homecoming. Some of our guys, it's the first homecoming win they've ever had. So, it was a great opportunity. We played a good team. I mean, obviously they turned the ball over, and we did a decent job of protecting the ball, so it gave us an opportunity to extend the lead. And I think our defense again played pretty well for the majority of the game, and they gave us an opportunity early on, especially with some short fields, and obviously scoring the first touchdown of the game that's incredible. We scored two defensive touchdowns, so it's always fun when that happens.
Yeah, the offense didn't really create much in the first half. What do you think changed between the first and the second for them to get things moving?
I think we committed to the run game, and we got some balls up to some guys that made some plays, and our quarterback play was pretty darn good down the stretch, and I think that always helps moving the football. And we had some injuries up front early on in the game, and we're playing some different lineups, and our players just did an unbelievable job of continuing to respond. And obviously, Kalen had a incredible game and played really, really well.
Can you just speak a little bit to, you mentioned the two defensive touchdowns, just speak to how those two plays changed the game. One happened early and then one a little bit later about the seal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it starts with pinning them deep. A great punt, and the guy fields it on the 3-yard line. And then we had a good defensive call on, and our guy shot the gap and made the play. Ball went on the ground, and that was a huge momentum boost for us. For a team that maybe was searching for a little bit of juice at the beginning of the game. We did have a pretty successful first drive, moving the ball, but in the end, we didn't get enough first downs. We didn't get any points out of it. So great for our defense to be able to step up, put us on the board first, and man, that was fun to watch. Two defensive touchdowns. That was fun.
Yeah, you talked about having a couple injuries up front and fighting and being resilient with that. You still averaged, I think it was over 5 yards a carry on the ground. Can you just talk a little bit about what you saw from your run game?
Yeah, I mean, our backs were doing a really good job of seeing it. That's a good defense. They're not giving up. They're not giving up that many points to many people. I think Stephen F. was the only team that scored that many points on them. So, I felt good that our players, they knuckled down. They kind of got together on the sideline. Javal Robeson, he's a veteran for us, stepped up for the leadership role in that group at that point, and really kept those young guys on the same page, and really gave us an opportunity to be able to run the football successfully. I think our formation, I thought the game plan was really good as far as being able to create explosive runs, and that showed up.
And you're doing that without Major Bowden as well. Any update on him?
Major's out for the rest of the season, so he'll be he's in rehab right now, working on lower body injury, but that's obviously a huge loss for us. But Cam George filled in a little bit in the backfield for us today. I thought he did an unbelievable job all week of just being ready to play and really just focusing on the task that he had, and really just gave us another explosive guy to be on the field. And it was good to have that. And Cam's been a guy kind of waiting in the wings for us. So now it's a good opportunity with 2 games left for him to get out there and shine a little bit.
Was that the best you've seen Kalen run the football?
The best he probably ever ran the football was South Dakota, because that was a really good front, and he was making plays, after the contact. And I think today he had some explosive runs where he didn't get touched for 5 or 6 yards. So, but I think he played great. He was a little under the weather. He had that bug going around during the week of practice. Still went out there and did what he was supposed to do. And it's always great to see a guy that's battling, that's trying to be a great leader, that go out there and have a ton of success. And he did that today. But he was decisive. He ran the ball extremely hard, exactly where we needed him to be. He made all the corrections that we needed to make from a week ago.
And then just for the offense, kind of adding on late, making sure the game, wasn't close again. Can that be big for them moving forward to gain a little bit of confidence?
Yeah, because I think that's a really good defense, and I know we played one last week, and we kind of laid an egg a little bit there. We didn't make the throws we needed to make, and obviously we had a fumble inside the 20, inside the 5. But I thought our guys did a really good job this week of focusing on the task at hand, and And they knew in order for us to be successful, we have to be successful running the football. I think every team does. You know, and I think when you watch even UIW last week, they had success offensively because they were running the football a little bit. And, you know, we want to do the same thing. And obviously KG and the O-line and the tight ends, those guys really did a great job of allowing us to have some success in the second half and kind of extend the lead and kind of put the game out of reach there in the middle of the fourth quarter.
Speaking of Incarnate Word, might be a three-way tie atop the Southland Conference. Looks like Nichols going to potentially finish that one off. Just any comment on just the craziness of the Southland Conference and being in a spot, you know, where a title could still be a possibility?
I mean, it's a great league. There's good football players on almost every team, and you know, guys are really well coached. They play really hard, and everyone has a chance to win every week. You know, and I'm sure most people didn't think we had a chance last week against UIW, and we were in the game in the fourth quarter, and you know, obviously had the ball down low late and just didn't make the first down. But I think this conference, man, it's. You watch SELA, I mean, those guys come out and they play every week, and they're not even having a great season. But, man, there's a lot of hearts of champions in this group. So we got to, you know, we're going to have to go play Nichols next week at their place, and I'm sure it's going to be a great crowd and, you know, a great atmosphere. And, you know, those are the games that you play. This is what you play the game for. You know, you play the games for these opportunities, and we're going to have that next week. And I wouldn't say that, you know, it's in our hands right now. It's really in Nichols' hands, but, you know, we go in there and we have a great week of preparation and go play well. I think we got a chance. So it's always good to have a chance. Meaningful football in November is the best thing ever.
That's all I got. Yep.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. We had a good crowd today, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.